Welcome back to the Teaching and Learning. This is Pedagogy overview for study guide special lesson for the 21st June. I want to tell you some important things that you should follow. Most of the teachers make common mistakes, and I want to highlight these, what exactly they do. So let me share the screen. This is about the professional knowledge. Now, the professional knowledge, it doesn't mean that how you behave with your the seniors, your colleagues, and it doesn't mean your attitudes towards the organization. It simply means that what you know about the curriculum, assessment, and teaching, about the gifted and talented students, about the inclusion students, special needs students, how you measure the progress during the class, how you measure the attainment, and how you respect the cultural diversity in the classroom. What are the best teaching strategies and approaches you apply whenever needed? So these are the some the major concept that a teacher must know according to the professional knowledge standard rule. Now we'll look on these three domains, and this will give you very clear idea that what type of the question you can expect from the examiner. So this is not something you have to memorize. This is something you already practice in your classroom. Okay. Now the problem is that some of the the schools, they don't let teachers to be involved in the assessment, into the curriculum, into the the inclusions. We know that we have the different that authority or a person for these tasks, okay, but his or her responsibility to involve the whole school. If you have the curriculum developer into the in your school, it's his or her responsibility as well as the school responsibility. Let the teachers involved into the curriculum development. What is happening, they should know. What type of the integrations they are making, what type of the teaching strategies they have to apply. Similarly, if there's any that the inclusion champion, that it's his or her responsibility that let the children involved, because the most of the time period into the classroom, the teacher is spending most of the time in the classroom. And if you're planning without teacher support, if you're that arranging some task, okay, without the teacher support, that means that's a gap, which is highlighted by the EDEC and KHD and other state or in the NIASIC as well as So I want to raise the attention for the teachers that this is your part. You must be involved in these areas, and you will be assessed accordingly. Now the level of the complexity in the in this pedagogy, why teachers feel difficulty, because they are not aware the process of the identifying a gifted and talented, the process of developing curriculum, the process of the integration, the process to embed the skills or assessment tools into the assessment, the process how to behave with the the different the cultural backgrounds. So I want to give you a little bit overview that might help you in that. Now, first part is the demonstrated knowledge of the learning. Means demonstrated of learning when a teacher teach into the classroom, that he or she must be aware that the learning is happening. Now think it, just recall how you can the measure learning. So we have the two ways, okay. One is to check the progress step by step by observing classrooms, and that letting the students to demonstrate the knowledge, or that you are conducting a kind of the quiz, or you are observing, a step by step the student's performance, it will give you the pictures that how many types of the learners, and uh, how many, that the students they have, that the a difficulty in learning. Based on that, you are going to embed all these things. So this will let you the development of you. So if a student is already developing, so that's the kind of the progress. If students are not developing, that's kind of the barriers. So you have to identify the barriers between learning. The third point is the diversity. So normally we have 25 to 30 students in the classroom, and each student belongs to the different culture and background. So they have different learning styles, and so make sure it's a teacher's responsibility that your language of instruction and the way you are teaching, so it should be focused on all 30 students, not a particular students. Okay. Now demonstrate knowledge about the development stage. Now development stages means we have 4 phases in the school. Number 1, KG, elementary, middle, and high. So elementary, middle, and high, these are quite different in each other. We cannot teach KG students similarly into the similar way into the middle, that the middle. We cannot teach the middle school students rather than a high school. So their curriculum is different, their assessment is different, and the teaching way is different, and the research are the different. So these are the development stages. Now, development stages we focus on because these students, they are different in age. So each age group are in the similar domain, like a KG, similarly the rest of It doesn't mean that they are, that the slow learner, but it measures the complexity. A KG student feels difficult as compared to the high because their intellectual level is different. So we cannot say that these students, they are, the slow learner and something like that. Okay. And regarding the scope and sequence, okay, when you set the goals and the learning targets for your classroom, I haven't prepared documents for the history. Now this is a grade 10 standards. Okay. Now from these grade 10 standards, I extract, the learning outcomes. To what extent I have to teach you. Trace the development of the Western political ideas, the rule of law and religion. A teacher has a 30, a book which consisting on the 30 chapters. Okay. It doesn't mean that you have to teach the 30 chapters. Standard will tell you to what extent you are going to teach. And this will help you through the scope and sequence, passing the guide, which is the horizontal and vertical lines in which your assessment, your standards, your learning targets, these all are aligned. And after that, if you find a gap, you can modify your action plan and whatever. So you have to be very careful that the teacher are, aware about the curriculum development, scope and sequence, and all these things. Okay. So let's talk about, the few more things, thing about, what the study guide says about. Let me, click on this. Okay. Demonstrate knowledge of the curriculum, which can be measured in the following. Demonstrate knowledge, the area and responsibility. Now, area and responsibility. As I've mentioned, the curriculum developer, his job is that everything is aligned properly or not. However, this is the teacher's responsibility what to teach. Extract these standards according to the age group, plan, select the resources, choose the method of assessment, and start continuing. Second thing of this demonstrate knowledge of core learning skill. Each standard has a certain skills. For example, in science, we say create, we say demonstrate, we say experience, experiment, identify, classify. These are the skills, okay? And these skills should be from simpler to the complex level. Now, this is the teacher's responsibility. This is not, the curriculum developer's responsibility to arrange and select these skills according to the age group or what we call the phase of the school. Demonstrate the knowledge of, the learning course across the curriculum. You should know how to classify. You should know how to conduct an experiment. You should know how to identify. You should know how to build. You should know how to create. You should know how to analyze. You should know how to synthesize. So these are the certain types of the Bloom's taxonomy skills that a teacher should know, have a command on it. The third part, which is the last one, demonstrate knowledge about the theoretically basis of the teaching, means theories of what has been already addressed and has been given, which can be measured by the following: educational research and learning theories. Okay, now I have some theories, and Gardner's theories, how it works, you should know. Multiple intelligence is about. Thorndike's theories, when he conducts the experiment about So these theories you have to memorize. Law of readiness. So when you are in the classroom, students should be ready for learning. If your students are not ready, learning cannot. Law of exercise. Make practices. Practices make, the more, or you can say the perfect. Law of effect. What are the reflection? What are the effects on it? What is the connection of this one? So these things, other there are the laws, but I will not explain you these, reinforcement you should know. Types of the punishment you should know. The experiment Pavlov's, okay. Social conditioning theories. So this is the documents I have, well prepared document. You should go for it. And so these things, these are the theory, which are really important theories. And I always, and I keep repeating that you must memorize all these things. Now, this is what exactly I want to talk about, the study guide. Now, few more things, okay. If you want to go for these resources for the theories and all these things, there's a complete playlist for that. If you want the paid resources for your own, feel free. My WhatsApp number and my email is available, okay. So this, I want, to highlight, okay. The last point is, about the approaches. Behaviorist approach, constructive approach, okay, reflective approach, reconstructive approach. These are the approaches in the classrooms, okay. Some learning, learning means changes in the behavior. So this is the part of the behaviorist approach. Reconstructive means when the students, they are building their own idea based on the existing idea. So this is, I want to exactly, the share about, the second standard. I hope this video will help you a lot. Please tell me about your point of view regarding this video. Drop the comments. If you think these contents or this content is very useful for you, please like it, share it, and subscribe. We'll be meeting in the next lesson. Till that, take care.